Yeah, so good morning. Hello, everybody. Hello on LinkedIn, YouTube, live stream of Thursday, fourth week, and welcome this morning. So, this is again about SAP Business by Design. I have found my old SAP Business by Design notebook here. Yeah, it's quite, I should say, dusty because it's already 12 years old, I think. Yeah, it's interesting to see what I've written there in the old days. 12 years ago, even the first SAP Business by Design projects we did, yeah, like what we had after we developed SAP Business by Design, then we implemented with the first customers, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see. Also, maybe one of the first customers was Teles AG, and I don't know. Maybe it's interesting for you to know. In the meanwhile, in these 12 years after, I think they went to IPO. They did an IPO. They were now our public shares company. Yeah. So let's see if I can show you. So here, that is Teles AG. They went public, I think, in July 2020. So I think about 8 years after we implemented SAP Business by Design with them. They did a exceptional great. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so that is candlesticks through the roof. Yeah. After that, I see a bleeding out. I don't know what happens. Is this the macroeconomic? But I would say still it is, if we do some analysis from here to here, yeah, about plus 100% still, yeah. It's a pity, plus 800 here, but still plus 100. Okay, so this is how life goes sometimes, yeah. At least that was one of our first customers implementing SAP Business by Design. Yeah, and also there are some interesting fun facts here in this book. 65% of all of SAP's customers, no, other way around. 65% of TV sets are produced by SAP customers. Yeah. 65% of TV sets are produced by SAP customers. That's interesting. Also interesting here, I can read it in German and then translate it. Yeah. SAP Business by Design, schreibt Peter Uhle, Inhaber der Uhle Gerüstbau GmbH. SAP Business by Design hilft uns dabei, noch näher an unsere Kunden zu rücken, denn wir können zügig weitere Niederlassungen eröffnen, ohne erst eine kostspielige IT-Infrastruktur aufbauen zu müssen. Yeah, that's interesting to remark, so I will translate. SAP Business by Design helps us to be closer to our customers. We can quickly or fastly open new subsidiaries without the need of installing expensive IT infrastructure. And it makes sense, absolutely makes sense, this statement from Peter Uhle, Gerüstbau GmbH, because if you are in Business by Design, you can add another organizational unit after the next, which is in many companies, if you have, or even, not even companies, if you have organizational units in the other countries, for example, then you have a subsidiary. You can define this in the organizational structure and then expand your company internationally, which is particularly important maybe for some as of today. I've read that many German companies are thinking about founding for example, moving production outside of Germany because of the high cost of energy. Yeah. So yeah, SAP Business by Design can help you for that. So this company Uhle Gerüstbau has 7 subsidiaries, and they provide Gerüste. That is, even my neighbors has one. What is it in English? I have to translate that. Translate Gerüst. I don't know. Gerüst. Framework. Okay, it's a framework. Scaffolding. Yeah. So even my neighbor, 2 neighbors have one here. They are building, I think, solar panels on their roof, and they have scaffolding or frameworks. Maybe from Uhle. I have to check. Yeah. So that is interesting to see. In this book here, SAP Business by Design. And what is particularly interesting for a German like me, it is 72% of the beer worldwide is brewed by SAP customer. So if you drink a beer next time, Sunday evening, cold beer on a hot Sunday evening, there's a 72% chance you are drinking a beer from a SAP customer. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get serious. So today we want to talk about end-to-end process for SAP Business by Design, and yeah, so that is our topic for today. Let's have a look into that and how they can be compared to S/4HANA Cloud. Yeah. So it is important, as you know, we have this Menti. I switch that on here each day. So join us on Menti, because then you can participate in our polls and even in our Q&A. And also let me switch on here my camera. So it is 86926195 for today. So camera. Yeah. So this was the poll we did, I think, on yesterday. Yeah, this poll from yesterday. And we talked about the SAP, the ADAPRO process map for SAP Business by Design, and some use cases for that. Yeah, and we asked, yeah, what makes the most sense for you? The use cases for the ADAPRO process map. Yeah. Yeah, and the answer was process comparison. I agree, absolutely. You can compare, for example, your own processes of your own company with SAP Business by Design. And exactly this is what we will have a little bit more in detail today, how this process comparison, one example for this process comparison. Yeah? And also you can compare SAP Business by Design processes with SAP S/4HANA processes. Yeah? So after that session today, you will have better understanding how this could work, for example. Yeah, and then you have a clear scope of solution. That means if you implement an SAP Business by Design, you clearly know what is the scope, and you can manage your project more efficiently. Acceleration of configuration of the system. Yeah, that is if you are in the project already implementing SAP Business by Design. And there's this configuration phase, and then it can be accelerated. Then the next, optimization of roles and licenses, is also an important thing, yeah, that you don't pay more than necessary for licenses. Also, process optimization post go live is an interesting use case. Test plan and execution, integration scenario, more precise process selection, and so on and so on. So yeah, this was our poll. It's interesting to see what your opinion is, and yeah, let's have a poll at the end of today's session also. Yeah. So I think we had some live streams in the last days about SAP S/4HANA, for example, and also some about SAP Business by Design. And sometimes it's hard to digest everything, to understand how does all this relate together, this information? Yeah, so how do we look at this information? And yeah, because it's so much, yeah, so much functionality, and this is why it is always good that there's this simplified view of end-to-end processes. Yeah? And these end-to-end processes, this is a view from S4HANA view, mainly S4HANA, but also including other SAP solutions. They have this end-to-end view of the processes. Yeah? So that is what we find in the SAP Signavio Process Explorer, and it is an area which is generate customer value, which consists of idea to market, lead to cash, plan to fulfill. And then it is supplying also, yeah, plan to fulfill and source to pay. And here it is manage the organization, which is governance, and this is all about corporate. Yeah. Finance, recruit to retire, and acquire to decommission, which is basically asset management. Yeah, and that is a good way, a good structure. If we dive into that, then we find more detailed process, yeah, value chains actually, process value chains. Yeah. And we thought, at Adapro, we thought, okay, now how do we compare? How do we compare SAP S4HANA processes, end-to-end processes, with SAP Business ByDesign processes? So how can we do that? Yeah? And we said, okay, we need the same structure. We need the same, we have 300 process building blocks in, yeah, SAP Business ByDesign and 1000 in SAP S4HANA. And even here is more contained because recruit to retire also includes success factors. So we need the same structure to be able to compare these. Yeah? And this is why it is also cool that the SAP Signavio tool is able to compare two diagrams, two process diagrams. So you can see what are the similarities and the differences. And this is what we did. We did a structure. We reused the structure of these SAP S4HANA end-to-end processes, and we did the same structure for SAP Business ByDesign. Yeah? And then we can compare directly. So how does this look like? Yeah? So here, for example, you can see that comparison. Yeah? Here on the right side we have SAP S4HANA. You can see that Opal end-to-end S4HANA Cloud, and here SAP Business ByDesign on the left side. Yeah? And then you can see process building blocks, and then you can compare. Yeah? For example, here on SAP Business ByDesign we have product definition. On SAP S4HANA we have idea to market. So it is not exactly the same, but similar. Yeah, but idea to market is different because there is more to it. There's more functionality into it. Yeah? And yeah, so you can see here, for example, also market to lead. And market to lead is same. Yeah, opportunity to quote is same, but I should say then, of course, in S4HANA Cloud, it is only together with Sales Cloud. Yeah, there you have Sales and Service Cloud. You have market to lead, opportunity to quote. So you must understand that on the right side, it is S4HANA Cloud plus the LOB solutions, whereas on the left side is SAP Business ByDesign. And then you can see here there's an additional box, plan to optimize marketing and sales. That is missing in SAP Business ByDesign. Also here, manage customer contracts is supported by both solutions. but orchestrate fulfillment process is only in SAP S/4HANA. Yeah. If you look here and we compare what is similar, yeah, similarities between SAP Business ByDesign and S/4HANA Cloud. Plan project, execute project, prepare project billing, close projects, review and report project performance is both, in both. Yeah. Obviously, the process is a little bit different if you look into the details of SAP S/4HANA and SAP Business ByDesign, and then the project's functionalities, how you do that exactly is a little bit different. Yeah. So there are some different Fiori apps or user interfaces, work centers. There are some different structures of projects and so on. Even different processing forms and so on and so on. But in principle, both solutions are able to do project management and planning projects, execute projects, prepare project billing, close project, review and report project performance. So that is both. And then it depends on what you like more. Yeah? Like you can have a look at Business ByDesign project management, you can have a look at SAP S/4HANA project management, and obviously there are also differences, yeah, in detail. But on this view you can see both is comparable. Okay, now source to pay, yeah, and we have some other here, for example, source to contract. It's supported by both. Plan to optimize sourcing and procurement is only supported here on SAP S/4HANA together with Ariba, and plan to optimize fulfillment. So that is in addition. If you want to have one of these functionalities, yeah, you have to go to SAP S/4HANA plus Ariba maybe, yeah. But if you are okay with the functionality on the left side, then you can still decide for SAP Business ByDesign. So this is what we did. We did the same structure as the end-to-end processes. Yeah, here you can see lead to cash. Yeah, this one, lead to cash. And then we have source to pay. Yeah, source to pay. This one, and so on. Yeah, plan to fulfill. So what are the differences and similarities of plan to fulfill? Plan to fulfill is here. And finance do we have here? So that is within finance we have invoice to pay and invoice to cash, and have such similarities and differences. Yeah, finance here. Yeah. So, and by doing this comparison, we are using two things. First thing is we are using the functionality of SAP Signavio, because with that we can compare these process diagrams and have a quick overview, fast view about similarities and differences. Yeah. And also the second thing we are using is the structure of end-to-end processes here from the Signavio Process Explorer, and we've harmonized this structure so that it is easier to compare. Obviously you have to have a similar structure of these end-to-end processes before you can compare those in this way. Yeah, so that's interesting to know. That's the thought I want to give today. And don't forget that obviously there's much more to say to it, yeah, because we can also dive into each of these end-to-end processes, yeah, and also compare these based on facts. And this is also what we did. Let me show that to you, because that is a program where you can participate. Here's the program, yeah, compare the facts. So there it is. And here are also these end-to-end processes. where you compare Business by Design versus S4HANA. Yeah? Lead to cash, source to pay, project sales and execution, plan to fulfill, record to report, and financial planning and analysis and supporting processes. And for each of these, we have a session of 90 minutes where we go into each of these details and compare these based on facts. Yeah? And yeah, you can join this program and understand the differences and similarities between SAP Business by Design and S4HANA. Yeah. So welcome. So let's have a poll. For today. Join us at Menti. 86926195. The question of today is to you. S4HANA Cloud Scope only. So mention a process available in S4HANA Cloud Scope and not available in SAP Business by Design. Yeah? So maybe you happen to know, or maybe you just saw in our quick view of the comparison, yeah, some of the processes which are available only in SAP S4HANA Cloud. Yeah? Like that is available in the scope of S4HANA Cloud, but not available in SAP Business by Design. So that is a small riddle. And let's see how our knowledge is about this. Yeah. So what do you think? And you can join us at Menti. And so specialized. Okay. So first answers are coming in. Wonderful. Okay, maybe I'll do a countdown here. Yeah, so still some seconds. $15 seconds to complete. Okay, there we go. Interesting, 7 responses. Yeah, so specialized treasury management, it's SAP S4HANA scope only. Yeah, that's right. Product configuration for end product. Yeah, I agree. Multi-bank connectivity. Yeah, it's good to know that if you need that, you need S4HANA Cloud. Yeah. Orchestrating procurement. Yeah, we saw that in our comparison. HR staff capabilities and knowledge indicators. Now that's interesting. So whoever wrote that, maybe that's worth a discussion. HR staff capabilities and knowledge. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it is in project management. You can have this skills management. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I wouldn't call it HR stuff, but yeah, it is project resources, I would say. Okay, but we can discuss about that always. Advanced project resource management. Yeah, that is similar to the statement before. And convergent billing. Yeah, so these are some of the processes or functionalities that are available in SAP S/4HANA Cloud and not available in SAP Business ByDesign. So if we use that structure we saw in the end-to-end process before, then we can compare those two. And yeah, so if you want to join the program, don't hesitate. Are there any questions? Let me give a timer here. Also, yeah, you can ask any question if you have a question. Even on all slides, you can do the questions. Okay, so tomorrow we will make up a wrap up of this. First thoughts, I would say, about a Business ByDesign versus S/4HANA Cloud compare based on facts. So I will explain the method which we are using in the program. If you join the program, you can learn all the details. Tomorrow we will make a wrap up about this. Which method do we use to compare SAP Business ByDesign with S/4HANA Cloud in our program? So join us tomorrow also, and thank you for joining today. I hope you had some interesting insights, and yeah, have a good day. Goodbye.